All right, guys, quick update. Sorry we haven't been put one out in a couple weeks. I'll give you a kind of a heads up what we're going through. So we got the Holly mounted right here on the dash, and we're getting ready to kind of see how we got that set up. It's just kind of stuck on there, so I didn't have to drill or anything. But we were getting ready to fire the truck, and we were going to prime the motor before we fired it, and then go from there. So turned the key, the dash did come on, which was good. We had power there, and we instantly got an error code saying it couldn't read the throttle position sensor. So we kind of started troubleshooting that, and we thought it was the throttle body. So I ended up getting a new throttle body, plugged it in, same thing, it wasn't that. So going back and reading the directions, I guess, like I should have done in the first place, looks like we need a specific type of gas pedal. It's the one out of like an 08 through 2015 Cadillac CTS. So I went to, before I read the instructions, I went to U-Pull and just got basically a drive-by-wire throttle body, or a gas pedal that matched the plug that we had from the Holly. So it plugged right in, but apparently something is up with the, that it's not reading, the Holly's not reading that type of plug that's on that pedal. So we're gonna have to get that pedal, which means we're gonna have to wait like probably 3 or 4 more days. I'm hoping I can find it locally at the Chevy dealer here, but if not, I think they got them on Amazon Prime. I can get it here by Wednesday or Thursday. So, and we can't go any further. It's like the truck has to read the throttle position before it lets you go any further, because when we are gonna prime the motor, we were gonna see how much oil pressure we were getting through the Holly, but we can't even get to that part without getting the gas pedal working right. So we're kind of stuck as far as that goes. That's why we're not trying to fire it yet. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is try and fix these doors. So I don't know if any of you guys have these trucks out here, but get out. This is open the door, you go to shut it, and see how it does that. Sometimes it doesn't shut right, and you have to shut it like 7 times to get it to work. So basically what that comes down to is there's a plastic collar on these strikers that need to be here, and that'll make the door shut right. So we're going to replace these real quick. So I'll show you guys how to do that, I guess, while we're waiting on that gas pedal to get here. So it's kind of weird. This one is like a T45, I believe. The little star bit to get in there. I've done both the rears already, and those are actually a T50. So we're going to take these strikers out, and we have to take some of this trim out in here, and he'll pop in through the back, and we'll show you that real quick, and replace the strikers, and then hopefully we'll have a better shut door. So I'll show you one more time. Hopefully, yeah, see, it won't shut. This actually needs new hinges too, because the door is like sagging just a little bit. So I'm gonna replace those hinges at a later date, just not right now. So right now, we're gonna get this going, and I'll show you what we got to do to get started here. It's not too hard. It just takes a little bit of time. Not too bad. So I'm going to take probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 these screws off this upper piece, and then I'm going to take off all these screws. That one, and then 2 and 2. And this will allow me to pull this off, because there's like a little plate behind the striker that's holding it on that kind of sandwiches it between and this little pillar. So I'm going to get these screws out of here real quick, and then go grab the tool, and then I'll let you know. All right, so here we go. All right, seatbelt's going to have to come off. For that, we're going to use a 13/16. Pop that guy off there, and these screws are different than the ones up here, so keep those separate. I thought they were all the same at first, but they're not. Alright, now we got all those out. We're going to pull this kind of up away. So that will allow this. This to pop out, and we're not gonna take it off all the way, just get it out enough to get behind it. these are holding in maybe. Alright, you might have to take off your little cargo lamp ones here. These are going to be different too, so we'll keep these separate. Alright, now we take this off. So basically you're just going to take this off just enough to kind of get behind it. Kind of pop it up away. That's pretty much all we need. So I don't know if you can see in there or not, but get a flashlight. I'll show you the little plate that has to come off. If you can see in this hole here, there's a metal plate in there that's on the back side of that striker. Can you see it? I can't get in there. All right, I'll show you when I get it out. You have to take my word for it. But let's get our T45 here, and some of these are in there pretty good, so it might put up a little bit of a fight. This is, that wasn't too bad. So what you gotta do is get your hand in behind there. Actually, let me go on the other side here. Alright, so this is basically what it screws into. So this is on the inside of this right here, and then this just kind of screws in there and pinches it between there. So it went in just like, goes in like that. So we'll keep that right there. What I'm going to do is stack these up here just like they came off. These two, I'll put them face down, and this one's actually threaded. So you're going to have to unscrew it off here. And then I know that goes right there. So, just gonna wipe this off. I'd order these, I think, from I don't know if it was LMC or like Brothers Truck or something like that, but I mean, I don't even know if they were $1. This is what they are, little plastic collars. Slide them over like that. And then you're just gonna go the opposite of, go in reverse. Put everything back together. Pretty simple. These little things make a huge difference actually, so there we go. Just set this in here and get it started. And what I usually do is you can see the circle from where the washers were. So just kind of try and line it up as best you can with that to kind of get it back where it was, and then shut the door and just make sure it shuts straight where it was. And you can adjust this kind of left to right, or however it's got to go to get it to close right. Make sure it's lined up with the edges. So that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down, and then we'll shut it and see what it does. And once it actually tightens against here, you don't have to hold the back of it. It'll just tighten against it. So all right. So in theory, we should have a better shutting door here. We'll see. Oh, look at that. It feels pretty good. I like where it's at. So we're going to leave it at that. And now we just put everything back together. So what I'm going to do is put everything in here real loose. Just in case I have to move it around. I'll line these holes up here. Alright, I think we'll wrap that up.
You try it one more time?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy little project, and it makes a huge difference when you gotta close the door. You only gotta close it once. I did it with the back ones too. You can see that one has the new bushings in there too, and just like the front. That's it. That makes a huge difference. Those things were a pain to close before, so yeah, 30 minutes and maybe like 2 hours. You can do all of them, if that, hour and a half maybe. The backs were the rears were a lot easier. Actually, I'll show you that real quick. At the rear, you had to with the rears, you had these speakers in here. If your truck came with these, they were kind of set up there. There's 1, 2, well, a screw on the bottom, like 8mm, I think. You take these out, and then it's kind of the same deal. You get behind the striker, and there's a little. Get behind the striker, and there's a. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Yeah, a little plate right there. Just hold on to that as you unscrew it. I think that one was like a 50, T50. And same deal. Take it out and then slide your bushings and put it back on and adjust your doors. And that one's, like I said, those were easy too. So the rears were even easier. You got to take all the trim off. So not a bad little deal for like $6 or $7, an hour and a half of work. It makes all the difference shutting the doors. So other than that, stick with us, man. I swear to God, we're gonna get this thing running one day. So this little thing. So once we get that, once we get the new gas pedal in, then we'll try it again. I'll show you. We had to make like a little priming tool to try and get oil in the engine. We're not even sure if that's gonna work or not. So we'll take you along for that ride when we get there. So we'll see you in a couple days, hopefully.